Hello everyone, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, making some really good trades, and yep, let's just get into it. And we can see that Bitcoin is back to $20,400 after a pretty volatile day in the traditional markets. After all, Powell was testifying today, and we could see that the markets were zip-zapping up and down all over the place. Let's take a look at the one-day chart quickly before we take our analysis on Bitcoin, and you can see that markets were down initially and then back up, and then ended up in the red overall, closing down basically flat in my opinion. But yeah, very volatile day today because of Powell's testimony. And again, tomorrow we are going to get another testimony from Jerome Powell of around, I think at 10 a.m, not 9:30. I think today's was 8:30, but tomorrow's going to be 10 a.m, so a little bit later during the day. So there will be more volatility tomorrow after he testifies. Now, is Bitcoin going to pump? Is it going to dump? Well, let's just see what happens tomorrow. But in my opinion, I'm still in the camp that we are going to get some upside. After all, you could take a look at some patterns right here. We are in a big, falling wedge. You could say this was drawn by Infinity, I believe, in the Discord, by the way. If you guys want to join the Discord to see my trades, you guys can join in the link in the description. But let's keep going right here. And if we do pump, we could go as high as potentially as 25 to 26,000. But every day that we take longer and longer and longer, we will eventually make contact with this trend line, which could lead us to dump once again more towards the downside and potentially get to like $12,000, which is ultimately like my major target. I think we could go definitely lower, depending on what the traditional markets do. But again, the Federal Reserve is raising the rates. They are committed to raising the rates for now, right? We are believing them, they are raising the rates. Quarter point, 50 basis points, 75 basis point. What's going to be next? Is it an entire 100 basis point rate hike going to be the nail in the coffin? Is that what's going to tip over the markets and send us into a recession? And by the way, I really think that we are in a recession at this point. After all, I think they adjusted their recession target, their expectations to from we're not even near recession to we're getting pretty close to recession, right? That we've gone from not talking about even thinking about raising the rates to we need to raise the rates much faster. You could just tell that the Federal Reserve and the central banks have already started to panic. Now, I'm not going to go on an economic rant here because I want to give you guys a little bit more analysis. So let's just keep going before I freak out and Kenny has to make a comment in the comment section. So Bitcoin was in a bit of a rising wedge after breaking from this downwards trending channel, and we had a nice little clean breakout running into some resistance around 21,600, or basically the top of this wedge. Ended up starting to break down, but we could already see another pattern emerging, which is a falling wedge, which is a bullish pattern, right? If Bitcoin does break out of here, we could potentially maybe retest the highs of around 21,700, and if Bitcoin can break there, then you could see more upside. But if Bitcoin gets rejected at this level, maybe potentially during tomorrow's implied volatility, I saw some posts in the Discord, you could see a bearish case for Bitcoin, right? You could see the potential double top might be forming, and then we could reverse down to 18,000, right? Maybe we'll get it bounced there back up to new highs. Maybe we'll form a beautiful W pattern, who knows? But for the time being, Bitcoin is in this pattern. So the bearish case being, we do end up, coming back up, and then we retest, and then we come back down, and then we get a beautiful bounce at 18,000 once again, reconfirming it as strong support, and then we move up towards the upside. We potentially get to 23,000, as high as 25, maybe 27 if we're lucky. Again, we are going to make contact with that trend line, so keep that into account. But it is going to be a bear market rally if that does happen. Again, we had some nice movements today in some of the tech stocks, especially Teladoc. We do have a small position there. I think we're up around 11% now. So if you guys trade stocks as well, I post all of my stock trades, all of my portfolio trades. Again, we always start small and then we scale our positions higher into bigger positions, because that's how I do it. Unless I think we have a really good entry and then it's an absolute buy, then I'll increase my position sizes, as Discord members can probably tell. But yeah, overall, we were doing pretty good on our stock trades for the time being. Let's get back into it And right now, a lot of these altcoins are still in some bullish formation, some bullish patterns. AVAX still in this this downwards trending channel right here. You can take a look. Eventually it will break, and if it does break towards the upside, then we're going to get some nice movement. Same thing for Solana actually did break out of it, and we actually did get a red candle the next day, and we came back down, almost retested as support basically. So if Solana does keep moving towards the upside, I could definitely see it moving back up to potentially 44 to 57 if the traditional markets move in the same direction. If the traditional markets start dumping, then you're going to see a lot of the crypto coins, I'm saying all crypto coins. I'm becoming almost like a real a full-on old school trader. I don't even know the terms. These altcoins are going to dump down towards the downside. But overall, a lot of these altcoins I've been holding very, very strong against Bitcoin. You'd see Bitcoin dump 3 to 4% a day, and some of these altcoins are just dumping 1 to maybe 2%. And you could see how such strong movements we're getting, especially Elrond breaking through this resistance. And the next resistance level right here is going to be set at $66.09. So if you guys want to potentially chance a short here, this would be my next resistance for Elrond. Again, you guys can access all these charts in my Discord as well. And we can see also that the US bonds are getting, the 10-year bond yield is getting significant pullback, which is short-term bullish for especially the tech stocks and the crypto sector as well. Same thing for the DXY getting a small pullback. If we break this level around 103, I could definitely see the DXY coming back down to the 102 level. But if it starts to come to this level, you're going to see some major support. But again, I still see that the US dollar is going to start tanking, as they are going to give up the fight on inflation. I fully expect the Fed to fold in their cards. I don't think they're really here to fight inflation. If they were here to fight inflation, again, I've said this many times, if they were here to fight inflation, let me just get out my inflation chart. We wouldn't be raising the rates by 75 basis points. We wouldn't be raising them by 50 basis points at a time. We would be raising them by 5%, 4%. And yeah, that would crash the market, but we would control inflation, right? And something that Powell said today is that he doesn't want to compare himself to Paul Volcker, and I agree with that. He says he's nowhere near that because he's not raising the rates. Paul Volcker raised the rates from when the inflation was at 12% to 14%. He raised the rates significantly higher than the inflation rate, right? To entice the bondholders to hold on to them because the inflation's so high. He had to go medieval on it. He had to control it. And what we're doing now is we're just conning the market. We're just telling the market, oh yeah, we're here to fight inflation. We are here to fight inflation with 1.75% interest rates. That is insane. It's delusional. What are they thinking? I'm sorry. I'm going off again. But it's just so funny to me because people believe that they're actually there to fight inflation. Right? They want inflation. That's the whole reason. They're the ones who caused it. Right? You can't blame inflation on world problems. Right? Just because we had a pandemic doesn't mean that you had to print trillions of dollars. You could have let the businesses fail. You could have sent us into a recession, and then prices would have come down. But no, we printed money, and now prices are surging, and we're trying to find a martyr to take responsibility for this by trying to blame this on Putin. The oil price was already rising before Putin. This was the invasion of Putin, and then the oil price skyrocketed, right? The oil price was already climbing up steadily without Putin. Anyways, let's get back into it. I keep going off and off and off, and sometimes I don't know when to stop myself. But overall, I still think that we still get a nice move towards the upside. We are forming a nice base right now. Bitcoin is still above that $20,000 level. Again, once we break it, eventually we will go down to $13,000, $14,000, and potentially low as $10,000 to $9,000. So just be ready for that. This market is really going to put you to the test to see if you're going to hold on to your coins, especially your altcoins. these altcoins, again, this is why we need a bear market. This is why we need a big flush in the crypto space, is because there's so many scam coins, there's so many altcoins that will not survive this. A lot of these coins that you see on this list right here might not make it out of it, right? Obviously some battle tested coins like CryptoFace says will survive, right? TRX has been through it in and out, and it's, you know, it's been through that 2017 market crash or 2018 crash, and has survived the bear market, and it's still here today. And that you could take a look at some other ones as well. I'm not too sure if ADA was back in 2007. Was there? Yeah, it was also there during that 2017 crash. So but it's had an impressive run up, I would say, since those levels. Again, it was around 2 cents, so a pretty good buy if you guys were holding on to some Cardano at the time. But yeah, you guys know where I stand. I am temporarily short-term bullish. If we get a pump, then, you know, take your profits, because we will be moving quickly back down towards the downside. So once you move up, pay yourself. Happy days. Love what's his name, Traders Reality. He got some very good streams, and a lot of people like him in my Discord. We're also big fans, and I'm a big fan as well. Also, for all of you who keep posting, or actually I'd say all of you, but some of you keep posting the Eye of Sauron. This is potentially maybe the eye forming right here for Bitcoin, and the tower has yet to be complete, and we still got ways to go down, because right now the tower is unstable. We got to form a base around $9,000 to $10,000 in my opinion for the Eye of Sauron. Just a little bit of a joke there for you guys. And someone also asked me, why do I use Heiken Ashi candles on Market Cypher? It's because Market Cypher was designed for Heiken Ashi candles, and Heiken Ashi candles identify the shift of a trend much clearer than regular candles. If you were to use regular candles, it looks like this, like red, right? Red, green, red, green, red, green. It's very difficult to identify a trend. When you use Heiken Ashi, much easier. And you can see when the trend is reversing as well. You can take a look at it. Where's my Heiken Ashi candles? Oh, down here. You can see, you know, when it starts to turn to red, your trend is turning, you know, towards the downside, and then, you know, you could start to enter some short positions here, as you can do here as well. Anyways, thanks for listening, guys. You guys have been awesome. If you want to support the channel without joining the Discord, no problem. You guys can sign up using Big Get Trading. Links in the description. You guys can get over $4,100 by signing up and completing those bonuses. Love you guys. Peace. Also, sorry about today. This morning we were going to do a live stream on the trading battle, but my opponent wasn't able to make it, so we're going to have to reschedule that.